Hi, welcome back to my tutorial about box making. In the previous video I showed you how to put together the box and cover it on the outside with fabric. This video I'm going to show you how to build up the inside of the box. I've cut my cardboard already. If you don't know how to measure and cut on a piece of cardboard, go back to my first tutorial from the beginner's box, part 1. There is where I show you how to draw lines and cut out the cardboard. Okay, what you need to do first is measure the inside measurement of your box. The outside measurement of this box is 16 centimeters square. The inside measurement of my cardboard is about 15.4 centimeter. Because you are going to cover this piece of cardboard that is going to go here, you're going to cover it completely with fabric to the back. This piece will become a bit wider than 15.4, so that's the reason I cut it 1 millimeter smaller. This is 15.3 centimeter, and by checking if it fits, I'm not going to put it in, because if it's really flush with the measurement, I can't get it out. So this is how I measure. I keep it up straight, and this part, and it fits perfectly. This one and that one. Okay, how do you measure? The best way is to use this ruler, which starts 0 at the very end. You measure from corner to corner. If you measure in the center part, the cardboard is more flexible and there's less fabric on top of each other. In the corner, it's slightly narrow. That's the measurement you need to know. So you measure, you place your ruler on the inside, and you check on the other side what the measurement is. 15.4. But because this goes all the way in and that one goes all the way in, I've made it 1 millimeter smaller. I didn't explain to you yet. Why are you going to do this? You need a bottom plate and a plate to go on the inside of the lid, because everything is going to be covered in fabric. And if you just cut off fabric as it is, it will fray. And it's also very difficult to put the fabric straight into the box. So you make another piece which you cover with fabric, and that one is going to go inside. Okay? When you have cut these, you are going to the next part, which is the neck. The neck is here. But if you look closely, you can see there's a small space in between the outside and the neck. That is about 1 millimeter space. I called it, those pieces that go there are the spacers. You need spacers because if you place the neck straight to the outside, you will have a hard time closing the lid. So, in order to have a nice box, we need the spacers to go in there before the neck pieces. We have already one measurement, the 15.4. I've prepared these and I've used 1 millimeter cardboard. You can also, if it's not available for you, you can also use a slightly thicker cardboard, or you can use the cornflakes box, and that is smaller than 1 millimeter, but then you lay a double layer it. So you measure, you glue it together, and then you have one piece. Now, the longest pieces are going in, so this is very narrow. This one is for the front and the back. I've measured and I put it in there. This one goes there. When you have those two pieces, you are going to measure in between those pieces. Again, you bring them up slightly, and you can see here, this one is a bit too long. I have to trim that one down. Okay, I'll trim that one slightly down. That happens. A box is never completely, well, in my case, never completely straight, and it's handmade, so there's always a little bit off. Never mind. So this one goes here still, but when it is down there, so this is better. Oh, that one is here. So you bring them up a little bit, you measure again in between from corner to corner, and the measurement is now, in my case, 15.2. Let's see if they fit. 15.2. It's, you see, this is too long. I have to trim it down. So that one is too, a little bit too long. So I both trim them down, and I just eyeball 1 millimeter. You see, I use the other ruler now, which is easier because I have more grip. So, let me check. Yes, that's fine. This one. If you cut too much off, don't worry. These are spaces that you won't see. So if there's a little gap between that part and that part, don't worry, it's not a problem. Okay, we have the spaces here. Now we're going to measure again for the neck part. Let me open this box for you so you can look at that one. As you can see, the front and the back parts are going in first. If you look from the side, you can see the side of this piece of cardboard. We need to cover that as well. There's something that will come later. The neck pieces, what have I done so far? This is fitting in here. The neck piece is going to be 6 centimeters high. So it's about 1 centimeter coming out to above the base of the box. For the exact measurement, you bring up these 2 side pieces and measure again. With that measurement, you on a piece of cardboard, you measure the length you need, you measure the height and 1 more, and then cut off the 2 pieces you need for the back and the front in one go. Then before you split them up in 2, check in the box, inside the box, if it fits. These 2 panels do fit, so I place them in. 1 for the front, 1 for the back. Now I'm going to measure for these parts, because these I have prepared the height twice, but this is too long. So I am checking. I keep the 2 panels straight, and I'll check from left to right, and in this case it is 14.7 and a half. 14.7. That's fine. I double check with the other side. 14.7. With the same ruler, I'm going to draw the length on this part. 14.7. 1. And to be correct, 1 millimeter off. You have to line it up nicely with the edge of the cardboard. 14.7. and I connect the dots. That was my telephone. Never mind. And then I cut. I take this ruler again. I stand up to give some more power. And there it is. Check, double check. You see, it fits beautifully. See, it fits beautifully. Double check. So, and now I can split them up. Sometimes this part is slightly smaller than that part. I can change that later. In this case, I don't want there to be a gap. Like with the spaces, that is because the spaces are not visible, but this needs to be nice and accurate. So that is how you build up the inside of the box. Okay. So this is how you build up the box. And in the next video I'll show you how to cover every single piece of cardboard that goes inside. See you later!